Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1. This is the second half of the Lifespring Grotto Soul of Chaos dungeon. And this is the first floor right after I defeated Automos, so this is floor 11. I think I'm still going to continue to cut out all the battles where I fight old enemies, but this is the floors where new enemies start popping up, so there'll be a few new battles. A few battles that will be shown with new enemies. I'm not going to bother to explain everything like I did last episode. I imagine if you are watching this episode, you probably watched the first half. Why would you watch the second half if you didn't watch the first half? How dare you? So, but I will point out that there's probably going to be a lot more pauses in this episode than there was last episode, just because I talked so much last episode about random stuff. So I'll just start chiming in when I see something I feel like talking about. Or if I think of something random to talk about, of course. Damn, I was wandering around this floor for hella long. Freaking wandered around the same spot like for 10 seconds, for like 20 or 30 seconds. What the hell, man? Go back in the door. You went the wrong way, man. There you go. Was that so hard? See what I mean? And for some reason I decided I was going to look around for treasure on this floor even though the stairs were right by the beginning. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I guess I figured I'd look a little bit, and if I didn't find anything I'd just go back straight to the stairs. No harm, no foul, but whatever. I decided I'll look around for some treasure. I don't really know what I was thinking. Like treasure was really going to help me at this point in the game. Granted, there are a lot of special equipment items that you can find in these dungeons, ones that you cannot buy or find anywhere in the main game. Hence the reason why these dungeons really have any perks to them besides just seeing enemies and harder monsters and nostalgic throwbacks to other Final Fantasy games. There is extra equipment that you can find in these dungeons that is better than the equipment you have bought or found in the game, the regular game. Personally, I didn't find a whole lot of that stuff when I was going through these. A lot of it's based on the layout because these dungeon floors are randomized. So sometimes it's just based on luck of how the floors get randomized. That's how annoying it is. So if you're looking for a specific treasure when going through here, you're probably not going to get it the first time through. So you will probably either have to reset or do the whole dungeon over again and over again and over again. Either way is not very fun. Oh, I'd just like to point out when I first saw this floor I thought, oh my god, am I going to have to fight Bahamut? Oh, okay. And then this was kind of one of the more weird floors. You know, he says you got to kill one silver, one holy, and two holy and one blue dragon. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Do I have to fight him randomly? And then all these dragons appeared, and I was like, what the hell? And I realized you just talk to him and fight them. So I think what I did here is I went ahead and showed me fighting one of each type of dragon. Yeah, see, I just cut to each one. I kind of like that I did this because I ended up just wandering on the whole floor and fighting every dragon just for fun. Just for the hell of it. I just thought it was cool to fight each one of these dragons. Dragons are one of those things that I really love just about video games in general. I love that I get to see dragons be depicted in so many different ways. By the way, I love dragons. And there's a few new dragons that I had never fought before that all have only showed up in these dungeons. Like the black one and the holy one. And I think the green one maybe. I know there's a yellow one if I haven't fought him yet. See, there's the holy one. Silver one, I think, was also a new one. Just a bunch of new stuff. I just thought it was really cool to fight all these new dragons. So that's why I fought every single dragon in the room. But I figured if I showed that, man, I'd be here all day. So I just showed one of each type of dragon. And I believe I cut straight to talking to Bahamut afterwards. Jeez, I didn't realize there were so many different ones. Oh, there's the yellow one I was talking about. What was that, like 10 different types of dragons? That's a lot. Yeah, and most of them were pretty easy, as you could see. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, I showed another silver one, I guess, because I know I started with the silver one. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. There we go. Anyway, once you do that, you go talk to Bahamut. And he opens the door for you. You hear a lock spring in the distance. Victory! I don't remember if there's any more weird floors like that in this dungeon. There might be. I'm just not recalling right off the top of my head. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think this is the dungeon with the one floor with the stupid... Yeah, I think it is. Because I'm looking at how much longer this video actually has to go, and yeah, I remember now. There's one floor in here that takes quite a while to do, and not because of random battles, because if it was just random battles, I would have cut them, just like I did on this floor. But I think it's got to be either the next floor or the floor after that. Nope, one more floor, I think. Maybe two, I don't know. Okay, one more. Oh, okay, second to last floor. This floor is the one I forgot about. Oh my god, this one. Yeah. Just so you know, I fell like probably 20 times doing this floor. I cut out a lot of those fails. So if it looks like I do this perfectly, just know that it's not as perfect as it looks. First of all, I didn't know which way to go, so it took me a while to figure out which way to go. Second of all, I got impatient, having to go back and forth and around, and I kept failing, so I'd have to redo this shit over and over again. So what I think I did is I kind of showed my first traversal, and then I'd cut back to where I fell off. I think that's how I did this, but I'm not sure. And I know there's some attempts that I just cut out completely because they weren't even... I couldn't even get back to where I got without falling off. Get all frustrated. You can imagine the frustration if you keep falling off of this. And it really isn't hard. It's just a matter of being patient. And you know, when you keep falling, the patience starts wearing thin. Even as patient as you started, the patience doesn't stay that high for very long if you keep failing. Just gotta persevere. Oh, see, there's a fail already. Son of a bitch. And I decided, let's check what's going on the other way. And then I quickly figured out, oh, okay, well, there could be something over here. Oh, dead end. Went all the way around over here. Nope, almost. No, I think there might be a treasure over here or something. Nope, no treasure. No treasure. So I completely went all the way over here to a dead end for no goddamn reason. So I think I just jumped off. I said, fuck it. Yeah, that was one of my waste of time attempts. Well, like I said, there's actually more fails in here that I show. I mostly just show the parts where I actually make it to new areas. My actual attempts where I actually explore something new. Like, I'm pretty sure over here I fell off at some point. I don't remember where it is. But I think this is the part where if I fall, I start cutting back to where I fell. Yep, found out that was a dead end. Nice little roundabout dead end where it just takes you back to where you came. Fucking awesome. So many parts where I got lucky that did not fall off. Ooh, a treasure for once. Crystal shield. Hooray for me. And if I remember correctly, this is where I fucking fall off right here. Yep. So I just went ahead and cut right back to it. As you can see, that little blurry thing, I just cut right back to where I fell off, which was right there like a freaking dum-dum. Anyways, I think this is actually where I finally find the exit and get the fuck off this floor. Could be wrong though, but I think this is exactly what this is. And for the last time before I leave this floor, I definitely did not do this in as little tries as you just saw, like 4 tries. No, it took me like at least 10 tries. Oh, burpage. Floor 18, huh? This is another just random battle dungeon floor. I thought this was the dungeon with that floor that I'm thinking of. It has to be. It has to be, because I still have a lot of time left on this episode. There's gotta still be what I'm thinking of. Unless the boss battle just takes me this long, but I don't remember it taking that long, did it? This is possible. Anything's possible. Oh, well, it is possible, because that's exactly what it is. Alright, we'll ignore the floor I was thinking about, and we'll save that for when we get to the next dungeon, because it's clearly not in this dungeon. And that Sage's Surplus that I just picked up in that treasure chest, it did not occur to me that that was an equipment for anybody when I picked it up. That's one downfall to when you pick up an item in this game that doesn't have a little picture next to it, so you know what kind of item it is. So you just have to know it by name. So when it has a name like Sage's Surplus, you're like, must be an item that just like increases your magic for a turn or something. I don't know. It doesn't sound like an equipment item, but it is, and I didn't know that. I did find that out eventually. I just didn't know that at first. So I didn't bother to equip any of those Sage's Surplus thingies for a while. Probably not till the next dungeon, actually. Or at least not till I got to the bosses here. And speaking of bosses here, we're about to run into the floor with the bosses here in a minute. Because I think we're about to run into the staircase to get me there. Yep, there it is. Alright, so this, my friends, we're about to get to is floor 20, which is the final floor of the Lifespring Grotto. And when I got here and I didn't fight a second or a third boss, it occurred to me that I was gonna have to do this whole dungeon a whole nother time. I was like, no fucking way. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And so my big thing was, which one should I fight first? This one or the other one? And I'm pretty sure I decided to go fight the one, yeah, on the other side first, because it had the treasure chest, and I just wanted to get the treasure while I was in here the first time. Yep. Sad realization right there that I had to go through here 2 more times, or 1 more time, just to get to this up again. So, he's the one that follows Omega. Shinryu, yes! It is the infamous Shinryu from Final Fantasy V. The hardest boss in Final Fantasy V, in my opinion. Maybe. He could be possibly slightly easier than Omega. Omega's pretty goddamn hard on his own. And actually, this battle is slightly easier than Omega in just this game specifically. As you can see on the first turn, he kicked my fucking ass. I'll just say that the way I did this battle, as badly as I did it, see, I didn't even heal before it because I'm a freaking dumbass. I really did not realize what I was about to get myself into. So, I got my ass handed to me right off the bat, and somehow was able to recover before completely, just utterly losing. I can't believe I survived this battle in the way I survive it, you know? I mean, look how strong that flare move is. It takes out over half of my HP every time. But seriously, this is about as epic as a Final Fantasy battle gets. Look, I even wasted a turn doing full life on the wrong person, and yet I still somehow survived this battle. Yes, this is all the first take on this dungeon. I did not cut anything out of this dungeon, like from dying or failing like that. The only thing I cut out were random battles that, you know, I didn't need to show. That's the only thing I really cut. And oh yeah, and that one floor where I was falling, I cut out a lot of that. And as you can see, I was very close to dying there, and yet somehow I just keep coming back from the brink of defeat. Seriously, this is about as epic as it gets. If I had tried to pull this shit against Omega, no fucking way. I would have been dead in 2 seconds. Luckily, I don't know. I had my strategy down perfectly to somehow survive through this bullshit. Seriously, this is about as epic as it fucking gets. And no joke, this boss plus Omega equals 2 hardest bosses in the game. Fuck all the bosses in the last dungeon. 1,000 times easier than these bosses. Fucking Shinru. And if I remember correctly, Shinru in Final Fantasy V, when you fight him, holy goddamn is he hard. Like seriously, he is fucking hard. I barely remember fighting him because I've only actually beaten Final Fantasy V, I think, 1 time. But I do remember fighting him. He is worthy of remembrance. He is. And as you can see, somehow, someway, I come back from the brink of defeat, and I healed everybody, and I had them all back to being alive. Just that was a feat in and of itself. Because he just keeps on wailing away with that damn flare. And there's only so much you can do, so you just keep dealing damage while you keep healing. It's the only thing you can do, man. It's the only thing you can do. I'm pretty sure in Final Fantasy V, Shinru is actually an optional boss. Like, you don't have to fight him to beat the game. The game designers would have been bitches if they had made you defeat him to beat the game. Pretty sure he's just an optional boss. I can't remember how you fight him in Final Fantasy V. I'm just pretty sure he's optional. I don't think you have to fight him. I don't think you do. I could be wrong on that. Again, don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it goes. Like, that between him and Omega, you don't have to fight either one of them. They're optional, but even though they're optional bosses, they're that memorable from Final Fantasy V that if you know the fact that they put them in this game, they were that notorious, like, to be remembered from Final Fantasy V. I mean, just the sheer length of this boss battle just proves how epic it is. And look how much a brink of the defeat I am at. I mean, I almost ran out of MP with Garnet there for a second. I had to heal his MP just so I have a chance to survive this shit. I mean, both my mages are dead. I'm just... Yep, and there goes Vivi. I just say both my mages are dead? Well, whatever. Both my attackers were dead, but now Cecil's back up. And I just made sure every time I got a chance, I just tried to deal a little bit of damage. Just chip away at him. Just chip away at him. That's the key to any boss fight, really. If they don't heal themselves, then always just make sure you do a little bit of damage. Because you never know what turn, unless you're keeping track of their HP somehow, you never know what turn that one last chop could come out and just end the life of the boss. And end all of your troubles. Like, because I'm dealing, 1,000 apiece, 700 here, 1,000 more here. And so, this is good amounts of damage. So eventually, you gotta hope that the boss is gonna die before you die. Because eventually all this bullshit he keeps pulling will catch up to you. But if you just keep chipping back at it, you can eventually pull out a victory. I mean, that's the only real tips I can give you to a Final Fantasy boss battle. if you're having trouble with it, find a strategy that sort of works for you, that makes you kind of, you know, keep you on the edge of death and surviving. Like, if you keep it on the edge of that but never actually die, and as long as you keep chipping away at the boss and he's not healing himself, that's one key. Any boss battle where they heal themselves, the strategy will clearly not work. But if the boss does not heal himself, you can easily chip away. Just chip away. Chipping away, basically every piece of damage you can deal counts. And that's how you have to look at it. I don't know why I'm giving like tips for RPGs, Final Fantasy battles, but it's just true, man. Anybody who finds Final Fantasy battles hard, if you just learn the strategy of always deal damage, it really does work. It really does. And you saw how close I was to dying on this battle already, like 4 times. I could have easily just been like, fuck, I'm fucked, let's just give up. But no, I said no. I still have a chance at this. I still have a chance. Because I could have just easily gave up and said, next time I'll do it again and I'll start over with full life. I won't fucking jump into it like an idiot. But for some reason, I survived. Even though I probably should not have. It happened. And you know, to have come this far into the battle and having lost would have just been sad. So I decided no matter what, I was going to win this time. This time was going to be the time. First time's the charm, so to speak. Now I'm thinking we're nearing the end of him pretty soon here. Yep. Looks like we're about to probably a few more turns and this battle will probably be at its end. I mean, big spoilers, I'm gonna win, but just I mean, soak in how epic this battle has been, how long it has taken me. This battle is about half the video almost, isn't it? Or like it's at least like 8 minutes, 9 minutes of the video. That's pretty crazy if you think about it in Final Fantasy terms, especially in Final Fantasy 1. That's a long boss battle. If something takes you more than or about 10 minutes to do, you're just like, man, this is taking a long time. And I'm not sure who deals the death blow, but it's got to be coming up soon here. And to be honest, any slip up in my strategy here, and I probably would have, could have, and should have died. Luckily for me, I didn't have any big lapses in judgment, and I pretty much stuck to my guns. My strategy stayed the same pretty much the whole time. I didn't try to stray away and try anything new. I just made sure I was ready to fight at all times, ready to heal, healed up when needed. You know, I just tried to make sure I was dealing damage at all times. Just every little bit of my strategy, I worked to a perfect T to make sure I did not actually lose this battle. And without the strategy, I mean, at any one of these turns, especially back at the beginning when I had only the white mage alive, one wrong decision, certain doom. There it is. There it is. The victory against Shinru. Second hardest boss in the game. And so, next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 in the Lifespring Grotto, we will take on the other boss, which is the hardest boss in the game. So until then, peace.